Hello everybody, John Twelve back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you my official review for The Flash Season 2, Episode 9, titled Running to Stand Still. Now, of course, if you haven't seen this episode, please go check it out because this review may contain spoilers. But that being said, let's get into the mid-season finale of The Flash. Now, before I get into my initial review, let me answer the obvious question I'm pretty sure a lot of you are asking yourselves, hopefully, which is, why is this review in particular in visual form in comparison to the rest of your Flash reviews? Well, there's a good answer for that, which is, seeing as how WB-TV finds it necessary to basically slap everybody in the face with copyright bullshit, considering the fact that, you know, a lot of us are mostly fans and praising the living shit out of this show, which is the main reason as to why it's so popular. They find it necessary to do this bullshit that I just find despicable and disgusting. However, which is very freaking hilarious. But however, seeing as how they started to, I guess, forward their task force, if you will, to essentially attack my reviews, I decided the best course of action to continue to get my opinion through and to continuously review The Flash, which is one of my favorite combo TV shows out there right now, I decided to stop doing the audio thing and start making my Flash reviews live. So that's essentially why that's going on, which really sucks because I like making my Flash and Arrow reviews specifically audio based. I mean, I did the same thing for Flash Season 1, WB didn't give a shit. I did the same thing for Flash Season 2 thus far, but it seems that every single review I do is in their, minds wrong for some reason. I don't know, it's stupid and ridiculous. So from here on out, all of my Flash reviews will continuously be live, so I hope you guys enjoy that. As for my Arrow reviews, I'm going to keep them specifically audio-based, considering the fact that WB-TV seems to not give a shit how I do my Arrow reviews, I guess. I guess when it comes to the popular shit, they get really pissy, but when it comes to the not-so-popular shit, they don't really care. So there's that. So essentially, from here on out, all of my Flash reviews will still come out, but they will be live instead of audio, which, I guess I hope everybody enjoys. But that being said, let's toss that aside and get to the actual course at hand, which is the Flash mid-season finale. Now, the first question that comes to mind when it comes to this particular mid-season finale, which is, how does it fare off against the previous mid-season finale, which was Episode 9 of Season 1, The Man in the Yellow Suit? Now, this is obviously the last episodes for the remainder of 2015 until January, if I'm not mistaken, after Legends of Tomorrow is done. And this is kind of like the last hurrah of 2015. And when you compare this one to last year's, it's a great episode. It's a solid, good episode. Is it better than The Man in the Yellow Suit? No. I really believe that The Man in the Yellow Suit was far superior. It just had more of an impact. And plus, the fight between Reverse Flash and Barry and, the storytelling between the two was just comic book gold. This turnaround, it was more or less conflict between sub-characters. Like, we have Iris and Joe having their kind of thing over Iris telling Joe about his alleged, illegitimate child. And then we have another story with Harrison Wells and Zoom, which we don't really know the full grasp of until the end of this episode. And then we have the Patty and freaking Barry stuff, which is kind of boring in my... I know I'm in the minority where every single Flash fan under the sun loves and cherishes the living shit out of the Patty Spivot character. I really don't care about that character. I really thought she had some promise, but overall she hasn't really lived up to that, and I just really don't care about her character. And her subplot of her trying to seek out revenge for the death of her father because of Weather Wizard, I felt was interesting, but I feel like if they wanted to have an impact the same way they had last year with this mid-season finale, I feel like it would have been really cool to just go full throttle and have her actually kill Weather Wizard. I mean, like, at the end of the day, it would really show off how Barry really had zero impact in this character, and the fact that, not everyone believes in hope, and you can just like kill someone off super easily. But then again, I know this is not Game of Thrones. Not everyone's just gonna kill everybody off super easily. It's CW's The Flash, so of course, and also seeing as how it is the Christmas episode, people will be continuously lighthearted and very cheesy. Although I did appreciate the conversation between the two about Barry trying to calm her down, trying to tell her that she's different from that. If she does this, she'll be just as bad as he is, and all that kind of, you know, that whole conversation and debacle that they have to each other, and the irony between like, oh, I have secrets for this person, you know, all that kind of bullshit. I felt like if there was an episode that really did justice to a so-called relationship that they have, this was the one. It's not the best one because, once again, I don't really care about that character, but if you're a fan of the Patty character, this is definitely the best episode that shows off the relationship between not only Barry and Patty, but the Flash and Patty. So that's kind of like very interesting there. But overall, the big thing that really stands out to mine has to be the Joe and Iris stuff. That was really awesome. Joe is just a great character, and how he reacts to finding out he has a son was really impactful. His performance is just awesome. The actor who portrays Joe West has been killing it all season long with his character, and his performances are just A-class. And even Iris, I mean, like, I complained so much about Iris last season, but this season she's freaking hardcore. I mean, like, how she like feels terrible about keeping this secret behind her father's back, and how she, you know, conveys all of this, you know, information to Barry, and all this kind of just back and forth between Iris and Barry, and then Joe, and then, you know, it goes back to Iris, is very interesting, and she really has upped up her game, which is freaking phenomenal, and she's been killing it thus far. I'm really appreciating the fact that she really has more to offer this season in comparison to the previous season, which is great. But that being said, we get into, I guess, the creme de la creme, the villain. The villain of the week, Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill, the trickster himself, has returned. We have like a really interesting three-way between, you know, we have Weather Wizard, breaks out Captain Cold just as, you know, just as payback, and then we have Mark Hamill coming back. Very cool stuff. Mark Hamill, always a pleasure. I mean, last season he was in one of my favorite episodes, which was The Trickster, and he just brought his A game back again. I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to see freaking Luke Skywalker before Star Wars, you check out this episode. It's freaking awesome, and his portrayal is freaking phenomenal. I wish they would just let him be the Joker. I mean, I know that Trickster to a certain extent is just like Flash's B-movie version of a Joker, but I wish they could just let him do it. I mean, Mark Hamill does the definitive Joker. Why not let him do a live-action version of that? Why? I feel like that would be so epic and awesome, but, you know, they can't let that happen. Jared Leto is the Joker. They can't fucking, you know, do that kind of shit on TV, but I wish they could. I really do, because Mark Hamill kills this episode. He is freaking epic and awesome and funny and hilarious, and he's just a pleasure to watch. I really hope that as The Flash continues to go on, and if it continues to be as successful as it is now, they should continue to bring back characters like Mark Hamill's Trickster, and, you know, just introduce even more epic characters along the way, like they do at the end finale of this episode, which is bringing in Wally West. Yes, they brought in Wally West, which I was not expecting. I know his name was in the title sequence, but I was like, at what capacity could we really see Wally at? And I feel like it was really nice. It was kind of like a good early Christmas gift. It's like, holy shit, Wally West is here. Really awesome. Granted, it's, you know, not the Wally I personally love, because I'm a huge fan of the Justice League cartoons, but Wally West is Wally West. We got a Wally West, so we just have to deal with the fact that it's not the specific Wally West from Justice League animated series, or, you know, from Flash Rebirth or any of those kind of comic books. But that being said, in and of itself, having Wally West in the series is freaking great. It was, you know, teased here and there that it was going to happen inevitably, so it's really cool that they have some form of payoff. I feel like it would have been cool to have more with the character, but we'll have obviously some time to grow with the character as the season goes on in January and so forth. But it was really cool to see Wally West at the end of this episode. But that being said, overall, I really enjoyed the episode. It was really cool. Harrison Wells has some really interesting stuff with Zoom. It seems that Harrison Wells finds a way to be the bad guy. It's kind of weird. Like, I can see why he's doing what he's doing, but I really don't know how this is going to pay off at the end, especially if this so-called mission is unsuccessful. If anybody understands, it's just that Zoom wants Harrison Wells to essentially grow Barry's speed force so that when Zoom inevitably destroys the Flash, which is Barry, he will have all of that power and become the fastest man alive in all of the universes, which is very interesting, but it just feels like the dumbest thing ever, because if you're trying to get Barry to be faster and stronger, he will find some kind of way to beat you. But then again, it's a villain trope. It happens in all of comic books, even in the movies. If you ever seen like a James Bond movie, it's going to happen the same way. Zoom will die. He will inevitably be defeated by Barry or in some kind of capacity. But really, you really need Harrison Wells to get Barry faster and stronger just so you can become faster and stronger when you defeat him? I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. But that being said, overall, the episode itself was really good. It was really impactful. I don't think it was as good as last year's mid-season finale. The Man in the Yellow Suit was just one of the best episodes of last year. And this episode was also really good, just not as great as that one. But that being said, it's still a great episode. Mid-season finale, not the greatest thing ever, but still pretty badass. But without all of my bullshit talk thrown aside, my final verdict for this episode has to be a solid 8 out of 10. Great episode. Great performances, really interesting twists and turns, great villains. Mark Hamill coming back as the Trickster was really cool. It was also really nice to see Spartacus come back as Weather Wizard. The Patty, Barry stuff, really didn't care for it, but it was cool to see them have some kind of form of talk. And Wally West is here. Really fucking awesome stuff. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys enjoy, hopefully, me continuously doing Flash reviews, but in live format. So if you have a problem with that, or if you think that's awesome, please comment below. Let me know what you personally think. But that being said, I'll be back in January to review The Flash in live form. And of course, later on, I'll have my Arrow mid-season finale, so please be on the lookout for that. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the Flash review. And comment below, let me know what you personally think. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, @Jonch12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Jonch12.